Hey guys, Roger Wakefield here with the Trade Talks. Thanks for a special edition. We are filming here at PHCC Connect, Birmingham, Alabama, October the 9th, 2024, and already looking forward to PHCC Connect next year in Grand Rapids, Michigan. So guys, if you hadn't been to PHCC Connect, you need to come. This video, of course, is sponsored by PHCC and Go High Level. If you need more from your marketing, check out gohighlevel.com/Roger Wakefield. Tradesmen built America. Not policymakers or desk jockeys, but hardworking, blue-collared men and women. Join me, Roger Wakefield, on conversations with some of the nation's most successful skilled laborers. This is the Trade Talks. How many different tools does Milwaukee make right now?
Ooh, I mean, if you think about power tools, hand tools, storage, accessory SKUs, the SKU listing would be huge. I couldn't even give you a number. It'd be tens of thousands of SKUs.
It's funny because we're wanting to do a video about every tool Milwaukee makes. And then I started looking at the price tag on it. I thought, that might not be a good video for me right now.
It'd be a pretty expensive price tag.
It would be.
For sure. Yep.
So y'all do so much, and I'm going to say for the trades, because I've always looked at it from a plumbing point of view. But then going to pipeline, it's plumbing, it's electrical, it's mechanics, it's general contractors, it's carpenters.
Outdoor power, landscaping.
Outdoor blew my mind.
Yep.
I walked out there, I was like, this is nuts. What made Milwaukee want to be the one that not just makes great plumbing hand tools, great plumbing power tools? What made Milwaukee say, look, we can do this for everybody, and we can do it really well?
Yeah, it's such a loaded question. So we really pride ourselves in being able to disrupt. And if we can disrupt the way work is done with our technology and our products, we're going to do it. Now, we do want to be focused. Like you mentioned, some of the core trades there. We're not looking to be everything to everybody, but there are some core trades, like you said, plumbing, electrical, now even going into outdoor power. That
HVAC, I didn't even mention that one.
We can come in and really disrupt the way work's being done, provide solutions to the user so their job's done more efficiently, it's done faster, and it's done safer. So if we can bring that to the table for a user, we feel like it's a very compelling story to use our product.
To get to go to pipeline, which y'all do annually in Milwaukee.
Yep.
And see all the different tools, and not just see them, touch them, play with them, use them, get out there and try and wear it out, whatever. It's such a neat way to get tradespeople involved. How many tradespeople do y'all invite to pipeline each year? Do you know?
2
busloads.
Some of our earlier pipelines, we brought in a couple of hundred of contractors or tradespeople from the industry. Maybe that is a member of a trade association. I believe right now it's more press and media and bloggers and influencers as opposed to contractors, because honestly, we've gotten very large. So like you said, it would be busloads to bring up there. So I think now we're utilizing technology and we're streaming it and we're letting everybody see it from their own home versus bringing them all up. But it's more influencers and media people like yourselves that we bring up.
It's been fun because not only do we get to come up, play with the tools, use the tools, look at all the different tools, but y'all build a community of, and I'm going to say influencers, but really it's more than that. But we hang out, we get to know each other, we talk together, we collaborate, talk about the different tools everybody uses.
Yeah, the brand right now is, I think, at its peak. It's never been this. There's such a buzz factor around our brand right now, and it's become a very exciting brand. It's become a very influential brand, and we have some diehard fans of our brand that will, if it's red, they're buying it. It could be a mug, it could be a power tool, it could be an accessory. If it says Milwaukee and it's Milwaukee red, they're on board.
And you've got a great marketing team. I deal a lot with Hannah and Kelly.
Yep.
And the things, I mean, literally, I remember getting a box in the mail one day and I open it up and it's the Milwaukee tumbler that attaches to the pack out. So, I mean, you can roll in your tools, your coffee, your iced tea, anything like that. And it's not going to fall. It's not going to spill. Neat stuff. It's not just tools. It's what does the technician need?
Correct. And a lot of our users want our brand on just about anything. And we get into trouble sometimes of putting our brand on too many things. So
I mean, you're talking to somebody that's well branded, so I get it.
But yeah, I mean, the brand, like I said, the brand right now, it really is on fire. And I mean, I think there's something to be said about brand loyalty and brand loyalists. I know I'm that way. I'm very passionate and loyal to certain brands that I enjoy using and purchasing. And what you're seeing right now with Milwaukee is exactly that. There's some diehard users that want to use anything we put out, just about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I use a lot of other tools other than plumbing tools, and being at the show, it's like, hey, wait, I need one of these. I need one of these. I need the sockets that go with this impact.
Yep.
And it's neat stuff. Take just a second and tell everybody who you are and what you do.
Yeah, sure. So my name's Vinny Neglia. I am vice president of our job site solutions team, specifically focused on the plumbing and mechanical trades. So we have about 4 sales divisions within our company, one of which we call JSS, or Job Site Solutions, and that's our sales team that focuses on the end user. So we are here to work with our contractors, again, specifically plumbing and mechanical, to make sure they are using the most productive, efficient, safest tool that they can buy. Some customers are all Milwaukee, some are not. They're using our competitors. So it's our job to show our latest and greatest and why our system's the best system that there is. So my team is there really not to sell you a product, but to try to find you a better solution. And if you can find a better solution that's Milwaukee, great. That's going to get them into our brand or expand into our brand. Our brand has grown tremendously. When I started here, it was basically mostly corded tools and the accessories that would go in those tools. Now, if you look at our product portfolio, it's chaos. It's PPE. It's cordless equipment. We have 3 cordless platforms in M12, M18, and MX Fuel. There's hand tools. We weren't even in the hand tool business back in 2009, and we have thousands of hand tools that we offer now, thousands of storage options. So it's been pretty exciting. It's been neat to see the company really blow up.
You talk about storage options. Now, Pack Out blew my mind. We literally, and I'm sitting here looking at the Milwaukee Pack Out van you've got here.
Yep.
Phenomenal setup. We started setting up vans like that, and it literally, it changed the way. I was one of those plumbers that, look, I had a bucket. I had a whole lot of tools in it,
yep,
and I knew exactly what was in that bucket any day of the week. But when I started looking at the efficiency of Pack Out and how compact and precise it was, I mean, you knew where everything was. You could carry 10 times as many things. It's on wheels, so you can roll it around easier than carrying a bucket full of everything. But Pack Out's great. But when I went to Pipeline, it was all about the latest technology and the lithium batteries and the forge coming out,
yep,
and what all it was doing.
Yep.
And at the time, which was 2 years ago, they said, okay, what we're showing you now, you can't talk about because it's coming later this year. But basically the batteries have like 10 times as much power. I think they were like 80% of the weight, 70% of the weight.
Yep.
And same size or smaller. But one thing that I learned that day that I guess I've noticed, but it never really hit, whatever tool I bought 5 or 10 years ago, the battery today still will work on that tool. This video is sponsored by High Level. For your 30-day free trial, go to gohighlevel.com/Roger Wakefield. You're not like Apple where you're changing the cord every time you make a new technological advancement.
So, and I'll go back to Pack Out. I'm going to go back to Pack Out later.
No, because
we have to talk about Pack Out. But yeah, we feel very strongly that if our users are going to invest in our cordless platforms, we need to continue to invest in those cordless platforms and not change the platform and decide to tell our users, hey, sorry, we have a great new battery, but it's not going to work with any of your old tools. That's really unacceptable. So it is our commitment to our users that if it's, for example, M18, if it's M18, it's going to fit. So you could take one of our compact batteries and you could put it on our biggest M18 tool that there is. Your runtime won't be great, but it will work. It will work. You'll be able to, in an emergency, maybe get that one last cut at the end of a day on our thinnest or on our lowest amp hour battery. And then, of course, they go all the way up to 12 amp hour, which those will, give you lots of power and lots of runtime. But we feel very strongly about that. It is our commitment to our users that we are not going to walk away from you and make you reinvest on a new platform and on a new battery.
Man, I love that.
Now, going back to Pack Out,
You
I
bet.
have to go back to this because it's right in front of us. You can see it.
No, I'm sitting here. This is what I get to look at all day, and I'm just like,
yeah,
man, that's a kid in a candy store kind of thing.
And this is how we look at our users: is we're going to do everything we can to provide new solutions to help them be more efficient, more productive. And when our product team goes out into the field and does market research, and the tradesman or the service technician is having a hard time getting his stuff on site, or maybe he's got to run back to the truck and go get other products because he can only carry in so much.
You bet.
That's likely where Pack Out was born. I wasn't on the development team, but when we first launched it, it was a base unit on wheels, a large box, and maybe a smaller one. It was 3 pieces. Never did any of us think that this would turn into what it's turned into today.
Complete storage system.
Complete storage solutions in the shop, on site. We're going to have, as you see, a Pack Out Transit van solutions where you can completely customize your van, pull each piece in and out easily and simply. And I don't know about you, but everywhere I drive I'm from Charlotte, North Carolina.
I'm in Dallas.
I got this little thing I do with my buddies on my Instagram page. It's Milwaukee in the wild, right? And Pack Out is probably what we see the most in the wild because it's on the back of trucks.
You bet.
It's hanging out of pickup trucks. It's literally everywhere. I've seen flea market vendors pulling in with Pack Out to sell jewelry or whatever it is that they're selling on the streets of Charleston, South Carolina. It's wild. It is blown up like a weed. So it's pretty exciting.
It is. It's really neat. We've looked at, which we're very limited on the gear that we've got here today, but we can literally set up to where we can bring 3 cameras, 6 microphones, multiple recording decks, and all that. And we've looked at ordering Pack Out systems to put all that stuff in because it makes it easy to do. But let's go back to the technology.
Yep.
Because the battery is what blew my mind. Now, how many corded tools do y'all still make these days?
Oh, it's not a lot. I'm going to be honest. We offer some, but we have consolidated quite a bit and discontinued most of it because there's really no point in buying all of our cordless tools outperform the corded equivalent. So
crazy.
You can buy a corded tool, but you literally would not be buying the best offering that's out there. And then in addition, you don't have to worry about cords, which is a trip hazard. So now you got a safety issue. Cords are expensive. They get nicked, they get cut, they get damaged. So you're better off making that upfront investment on a cordless product versus using a pretty old, antiquated corded tool.
All right, now I've got an idea for y'all. So, and this is being videoed. So, R&D, let's be careful here.
Okay.
When I was at Pipeline, you had a new tool out that would cut unistrut amazingly.
Yeah.
I mean, it was ready to go. You really didn't have to file it down. It had a good smooth cut, no sharp edges, no sharp burrs, anything like that. Are you ready?
I hope so.
You need to create the same thing for unistrut, for 3/8 inch and 1/2 inch unistrut rod. You could even go up higher, but those are the most popular ones. Cannot tell you. See, then you're going to lose sales on hacksaw blades.
Yep.
And Sawzall blades and Portaband blades, but that is an amazing tool. And I mentioned that to somebody at Pipeline that day. I'm like, here's what you need next. That speeds up the game for so many people.
Yeah. So one, I cannot confirm nor deny. I could tell you if there is a need there's a pretty good chance that our product team is looking into that need. Now, you mentioned an interesting concept where obviously Sawzall blades, we sell quite a bit of Sawzall blades.
You bet.
We invented the Sawzall, right? So Sawzall blades, hacksaw blades.
Isn't it funny too? Everybody still calls it a Sawzall. I don't care what brand it is. Welcome to the world of Kleenex.
Right. That being said, though, and this is how our company thinks, we have to be willing to disrupt ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
So if we can find a new solution that is going to relieve a bunch of pain points for one of our users, that might mean losing sales in one place, but that's okay. Because if we don't disrupt that, one of our competitors will.
You bet.
And come up with a better solution. So we are, a very, what we like to call a very paranoid company, where we are always looking to make things better for our users. We're committed to that.
And I like that because, I mean, the good thing is if you're selling less blades, well, now you're selling more 12 volt, 18 volt tools that are doing the job better.
Yep.
And really you're making the life better for the plumber, the HVAC tech, the electrician, whoever's using it to do this. So to me, stuff like that's amazing.
And the strut cutter's game changer, where we're seeing a lot of success with the strut cutter, is on a lot of these data center jobs where you have these clean rooms.
You bet.
And
I used to work out at Texas
metal,
Instruments.
Yeah, you can't have metal shards.
You bet.
From a Sawzall or bandsaw. So a clean cut from that strut cutter is what they are gravitating towards. And like you said, plus very burr-free, so safer, less cuts, less filing down after you make that cut. It's a more efficient product.
Oh, no, it literally blew my mind because used to, if you cut it with a portaband or something like that, you had to file it. If not, you're going to cut your hand.
Right.
No doubt about it.
Right.
And literally when the one at Pipeline was being demonstrated and showed to me, I'm rubbing my hand on it, like trying to cut myself. And it's like, don't get me wrong, it's not a round edge, but I couldn't cut myself.
Yeah.
And I didn't try hard. I mean, I didn't hit anybody with it or anything like that.
Right.
But to come up with that idea to me was just phenomenal. I thought that was great. Now, I didn't go to Pipeline this year. What technology is coming? Well, we're in the fourth quarter of the year. What technology is coming before the end of the year that you can hint about or talk about or say, guess what you might get for Christmas?
I
know.
The issue is there's a great one coming in early 2025.
See, I should have asked the question completely different, but I didn't, so you're good. You don't have to talk about it.
But now to your point, though, I would say back end of 24, the forged batteries, the runtime and the differentiation on our existing high output batteries, there is a big difference. And the high output batteries perform great, but the forged batteries, there is substantial more runtime. There's a cooling technology and the charging capabilities, which if your batteries are hot and they kind of stall because they need to cool, the chargers will bring those back to temperature faster so you can charge them faster. And the charging cycles are also faster. So lots of benefits on the forged technology for now. But 25, I love telling this story because from a plumbing contractor standpoint, I love saying that Milwaukee's been innovating and disrupting how work is done by the plumber really since 49. The right angle drill, 51 came the Sawzall, 67 came the portable bandsaw, the whole hog in the 70s. Those are like plumbing and mechanical staples. Well, in 2025, we're going to launch the first ever cordless roll groover, and that's going to be game changer. Right now, it's a manual process. In a lot of cases, it takes a long time to do that specific application. This is really a setup on a piece of pipe. It's hands-free. It grooves. It's done. You pull it off. You go about your business. Yeah, it's going to be game changer. No doubt about it.
And everything y'all do is game changing. I remember when I got my first battery operated pony threader. And then I go to pack out and y'all got aluminum dies that y'all had in a clear case that people are throwing Haydite blocks in on them. The Haydite blocks are busting. You pull out this aluminum die and it works perfect, which actually makes me think of a plumber throwing all the tools in the back of his truck like he normally does. And I'm like, man, these things are built to last.
We talk about a pony, the best feature of our threader, right? Our handheld threader.
The one key.
It's good, but I wouldn't say it's the best feature.
Okay.
But it has auto stop. They call it a pony because when it binds up, it kicks like a pony and it throws you.
I thought about that when you said the whole hog. I thought, wonder how many broken arms or hands or fingers there have been along the way.
I've heard many whole hog stories in my 24 years.
I've got my own.
Yeah, but the cordless threader has auto stop, so if it does bind up, it will not throw you. It will stop.
My favorite thing about it is the vise that you mount on the pipe that you attach the threader to. It doesn't kick. It's got its own stop right there built in.
Correct.
It's got its own vise basically. If you've got some way to mount the pipe to hold it, it does the job beautifully.
Yeah, and again, anything that we can make safer, we are going to do everything we can to make sure our contractors go home at night in one piece and healthy. It's important.
So, I mean, plumbers are the best trade that there is. We know that. I know you have to laugh.
Well, I do have some electrical friends, so I have to just laugh and let you move on with that statement.
It's funny because I made a video. I shot a quick video. You had a young lady set up doing the power cutter for the electrical conduit. Okay.
Was this at
Pipeline?
Okay.
Year before
Right.
this year, but last year.
Yep.
And she set everything up and all that, and I went over and I said, okay, wait. Let me finish. And I go over and press the button because I said, see, guys, look, anybody can be an electrician. And so it was pretty good.
Oh, boy.
But I do. I have friends that are electricians, HVAC techs, roofers. I mean, all of it. Outside of the plumbing, because I know plumbing and mechanical is your thing. But outside of plumbing, what is your favorite tool? Because mine, I got into the automotive, the impact, the sockets, the tools that y'all had that are just like, why doesn't every plumber have one of these on his truck?
Yeah, it's a tough question. That's a really tough question. But our outdoor power equipment is phenomenal.
That area, the way y'all had it set up,
I
blew my mind.
Maybe I'm one of the last people that actually does their yard and does their lawn. But
well, yeah, I've got a guy that.
I don't know. For me, it's kind of a stress relief, so I do it. But blown away where the technology is gone with the mower. The blowers, they're quieter now, much quieter than they used to be. The string trimmers, some of the attachments that we can put on our unit. There's a reciprocator, which is great for doing some edging and trimming, as opposed to a string trimmer, which just sends grass and debris and rocks flying all over the place. So, but again, the runtime, especially with the Forge batteries, is tremendous. It's a huge difference. It really is. So I think as we continue to push the boundaries with our technology, you're going to see that outdoor power trades, industry really start to gravitate towards battery. There's a lot of areas where they don't want the noise, they don't want the pollution, they don't want gas, and it's a great alternative. And eventually it'll be all you see at some point.
This video is sponsored by High Level. We've partnered up with High Level because we believe this is the best all-in-one sales and marketing platform to help you grow your business. For your 30-day free trial, go to gohighlevel.com/Roger Wakefield. Mowers, blowers.
Yeah, all the above.
Anything and everything. The chainsaws, the telescopic chainsaws.
Yeah.
And, we had a big storm probably about 3 months ago now, blew through North Texas, and we could not even pull in the driveway to our shop. That there were down trees, that were down everything. And I've got a 4-wheel drive, so I went around it, and my son had cleaned out some stuff so we could get in there. And the first thing I did is ran down to Home Depot, bought two new chainsaws, I think a 14 and a 16, and brought them back. And man, we just started climbing up in the trees and started clearing limbs and doing what we could do.
Yeah, and you have to help change some perception. There's people that do not believe that a battery-powered chainsaw will outcut a gas-powered equivalent, but it does.
It was so quick and easy to use. And granted, it's a brand new blade on it, all kinds of things. And I'm not good at stuff like that. So I did jam it up a couple of times, kick off the blade, which was safe.
Right.
It literally just stopped turning all of a sudden the chains off. So it's like, okay, this is pretty cool. Took me less than a minute to put it right back on and go right back to work. So the functionality of it was phenomenal. But to be able to just run down, get it, And I don't even think that I bought the one that had the charger and battery with it, because I know I've got the rapid chargers, I've got regular chargers, I've got tons of batteries. But to know that I can go buy a tool and bring it back and it's going to fit right in with everything else I have, no matter what, it is such a great thing to do.
And not having to worry about spark plugs, carburetors,
gas,
is it going to start?
the
or
oil
is it
mixture,
going to start putting the wrong mixture in it and destroying it? It's a huge just headache relief going battery, without a doubt.
What to use the most interesting tool about the outdoor that y'all have got that maybe most people don't even know about? I mean, you know about them all, so it's like, I know that's a hard question.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think you mentioned some of the pole saws. Anybody can use a pole saw. And obviously in the utility field, there's a lot of tree trimming around lines that product is used for. But think about how many people are around their yard on the weekend and they need to prune, they need to trim. The pole saw is a huge game changer. It's pretty versatile. There's a lot of different things you could do with it. So for me, I'd probably pick the pole saw because I've done some things around the yard.
So
but that
cool.
was huge. Yeah, it was huge.
As plumbers, one of my favorite tools is the battery-powered small wet vac.
Yep.
But not only that, all the special attachments y'all have for it. I mean, it's almost like you could go in and do surgery. Y'all got so many different specialty tools to do certain things. Talk a little bit about that, because that's one that I truthfully think every plumber in the world should have. I love it whenever I was changing out toilets. I could literally carry it in, flush the toilet, suck out the top of the tank, the bowl, pull a toilet in a matter of minutes, where, used to it was stick a sponge in the tank and squeeze it all in a bowl and let it go down, get all that water in out, and then force it down.
Yeah,
this was easy.
It's a must-have. I think if you're in the plumbing and mechanical trades, a wet vac, you're gonna have to have one, right? And to your point, we've made a lot of different attachments on that air tip platform.
Air tip is huge.
Yeah, where, I mean, even if it's not necessarily plumbing specific. I mean, I guess it can be, but the attachment that'll go up against the wall, it'll take all the drywall out,
Catch the
without
dust,
having
you
to
bet.
fall over the floor and make a complete mess. So again, that's a time saver, because if you don't do it that way, you're gonna have to clean up when you're done, and that's just more of a time suck for the user. I mean, time's money, right? So if you can get your job done faster, more efficiently, and not have to worry about cleanup because you were able to clean it up while you were doing the work, it'll definitely get you onto your next service call faster.
And you said that that's not plumbing. I assumed every tool y'all made was for plumbers, and then y'all thought, well, look, we can use this over here too.
Correct.
I mean, as a plumber, that's the way you look at it.
And kudos to our product development team. They really do spend countless hours in the field working with the tradesmen across all the different trades and industries. And they've come up with some really mind-blowing stuff, in my opinion.
So we're talking about tools coming out late 24, battery type, battery-wise. Early 2025, a game changer.
The roll groover. Yep.
What can we look forward to in 2026?
Ooh, if I went to 2026,
this isn't recorded. I'm not going to tell anybody.
They'd kill me.
I'm not going to tell anybody.
All I will say is this: is we're going to continue to push the envelope. We're going to continue to disrupt the way work's done. We're going to continue to come up with more and more solutions to make our contractors more efficient, to make them safer, and we're going to continue to innovate ourselves. We're not going to get complacent on our products. We are not going to get hung up on what we make now, because chances are there's a better way to make something else, and we're just going to keep looking at new ways to push the envelope and disrupt the whole industry.
Well, I think y'all are doing that great. I think you're doing it in a great way, getting a lot of the trades influencers involved. I love going and getting to meet and hang out with them and talk to them. And we all get together and talk. It's like, well, man, what do you think about this? Have you tried this? And it's always great feedback. Y'all take amazing care of the people that come to Pipeline. You take great care of tradespeople. I've walked into some schools and they're like, yeah, Milwaukee sent us all of this. And it's like, man, I was going to see if y'all needed any used portabands that are corded or anything like that. And they're like, no. Milwaukee takes great care of us. So I love that you are working towards helping the educational end of it, where people are learning. And this is conversations I've had with many different contractors. If you get in front of the people that are learning with your product, well, then when they get out on their own and there's time to buy a product, that's what they're familiar with. That's what they know how to use, and they love it. We're here at PHCC, Birmingham, Alabama, PHCC Connect, and Milwaukee always has a presence here. At every major conference I go to, Milwaukee has a major presence. What's the reasoning behind this? I see that you're just showing people new tools, but y'all build relationships with trade people each and every day.
Yeah, and that's really what it's about. I mean, we've been doing this now, I would say, let's go back to maybe 2010. We had some changes within our organization, some changes within our leadership. We had to look at our strategy and how we were going to market, and we pivoted. And we felt really strongly that we need to commit to the trades, the trade associations, the training centers. Those are our core users. I mean, those are the users that really built our brand. It's that true tradesperson. And today, we are heavily invested in our core verticals of electrical, of mechanical plumbing, utility, the GC, the general contractor, and supporting their efforts to make their people more efficient with how they do their jobs. We feel like we have to be a part of that. If we're not a part of that, we're completely missing the boat. I mean, that's the person that's ultimately making the choice of what product they want to use. So we want to learn from them. We want to hear what they would like us to do better, how we can make our products better, how we can make our brands better. And it really is a give and take. And all of our products, that's how they're made. I mean, they're made by us going into the field and working with those people to tell us what we can do better, what they like, what they don't like. And then we will take that concept back up to Milwaukee, and we'll design it and have a working prototype and see if that's what they're looking for. And if it's not, we'll go back to the drawing board and we'll do it again until we get it right. But if we're not supporting the trades, then a brand like Milwaukee, we'd be completely missing the boat.
Yeah.
Completely.
Well, and it's neat too, because again, at Pipeline, I got to see the progression of the impact wrench, the 1/2-inch impact.
Yep.
This is what it looked like 10 years ago. This is what it looked like 5 years ago. This is what it looked like last year.
Big difference in
This
size,
is what it
right?
looks like. Yeah. And size and weight and everything, but also the power behind it. And it's just like, wow, look at what has changed along the way. And it's neat the way y'all did that. So that was really neat.
And I think that kind of tells our story. Is the original cordless impacts, they were big. They were really heavy. I mean, they were like dumbbells. And you look at what they look like now, they're smaller, they're lighter, they're way more powerful. They have different connectivity functions with one key. You can adjust your speed, you can adjust your torque. And these are all things that our users asked for. Maybe we came up with the concept, but I don't believe we did. I think these are all things our users demanded that we brought to fruition.
Pretty cool stuff.
Yep.
Well, number one, Vinny, thank you for being here. Thanks to Milwaukee for everything they do for the trades. It's so beneficial and so nice to know that when you've got a tool on your truck, it's going to work. It's going to do the job. You don't have to worry about it. And just things like that make it all worthwhile. So thank y'all.
I appreciate you having me, and thank you.
All right.